What exactly do you mean by decentralized training?
Yeah, you call it decentralized compute or decentralized training or fine tuning. So we all know there's quite a few projects out there in Web3 space working on this
Yeah.
topic. For example, Akash Network, IO.net, right, and Aether. There are quite a few of them, right?
Yeah.
So they are focusing on this topic right now. The basic idea is like how can we leverage the underutilized GPUs around the world as a big like a super cluster GPU
Mm.
cluster to train the
Mm.
AI model. So
Yeah.
from their point of view, the key beneficial of doing this is twofold. First is the cost. The cost could be much lower than going to Amazon or Google Cloud, right?
Mm.
So this is easy to understand. And the second part is people's access to massive computing power, right? For now, the computing power is only controlled by these centralized players,
Right.
several of them, right? So,
Mm.
yeah, for many cases, I know this for some startups, they want to run some GPU to run their to train their model, but when they go
Mm.
to Amazon, they say, "Oh, there's no such resources." They have to wait. They have to, but then they have no alternative solution.
I mean, the whole idea is that everybody, like your MacBook right now, mine too has GPUs, compute in there. How can that be leveraged across a decentralized network? But is it also about sort of enterprise grade decentralization as well? For example, nodes of H100s contributing independently to a decentralized network where this could work as well, or do you think there is enough compute even on the GPUs on our personal computers to be able to run such a decentralized compute network?
So, to be honest, for now, if we want to use this decentralized compute network to do model training, so we usually only use enterprise level servers, like
Mm.
H100 or some or A100 or something like that. So NVIDIA cards, not the GPUs, laptop or your desktop. We all talk about servers. But the things like even for these servers, we have a public servers, we have private servers. So for there's a around the world, there's so many private servers. They have good GPU cards from NVIDIA, but they're idle. Most of the time, they're
Yeah.
idle. For example, these servers from in universities,
Hmm.
research labs, many they're not used,
Mm.
efficiently. First of all, the cost can be significantly lower,
Hmm.
but a key blocker is about reliability. Because first of all, I know all these projects, and the
Yeah.
second, I talk to many startups and AI companies in Silicon Valley. I recommend this decentralized compute platform to them and say, hey, why not use this? It's cheap, right? And but then if for non-critical job, let's say they just want to test some water, do some feasibility study, then they may use this decentralized GPUs because
Mm.
it's cheap. Okay, but when they seriously train their model, usually the model will be trained like for what 1 week or 1 month or even longer, right? It
Mm.
depends on the model size and the data
Yeah.
set size. They all go to Amazon again because they care about the reliability. Even they know this is more expensive, but
Mm.
this is reliable. So what happened, like if I use, for example, this decentralized compute network, okay, I run
Mm.
the model for 5 days, and then suddenly you got me, oh, I lose everything because there's some problem in the network, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because these GPUs are contributed by the unknown people. You don't know them.
Mm.
They come
Mm.
from any place in the world, and even they just plug out their power and they go offline. How can you what can you do with it, right? You cannot fly to their place and say, hey, you damage my model training,
Mhm.
something like that, right? So there's no way to do so. So that's why, again, it's about the reliability. So when people care about the reliability more than the cost, they will still
Mm.
go to the centralized
Centralized. Yeah.
servers,
Mm.
right? So only when they do trivial tasks or
Yeah.
non-critical tasks, yeah, they don't care, right? So they just want to save some money, they may go to. But But for this, the market size is small, right? So and I think this is the big problem for that vertical, decentralized compute. And
Compute.
how
Yeah.
can we build the reliability? We need technologies, not policies. We need the
Hmm.
technologies, right? So and this is a pretty challenge.